And we beat them the first game and then lose 3-1. But it was an exciting experience for us. I had last year a young team, and finally I come back with a young team too this year, with only one guy on a starter, which is in third year. And for the rest of the guy, we've got like four starter first year and another one second year.
For some of the viewers that may not be familiar with your Laval team, can you tell us specifically the names of some of the players we should be watching tonight? Key players for you.
Yeah. For sure, one guy from last year, number 1, Maxime Larrivé, is playing right side, but also passing for us. He likes to play a quick offense, and he's very intense player. And the other one, probably number 12, is a rookie player. He was named Player of the Year from the College Association in Canada last year. He's also one of the best potential for our Olympic team. He's number 12, Éric Le Breton. Good jumper, he can reach very, very high, over 11'8", something like that. So I think he's a very interesting player to see and watch.
Coach, we look forward to seeing your team in action tonight. Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
We'll come back after this break and talk with Ohio State head coach Pete Hansen. That's coming up next here on Time Warner Cable Sports. We're now joined by Ohio State head coach Pete Hansen. Coach, thanks for joining us. We look forward to this match this evening.
You're welcome.
Laval, a team that you may not be all that familiar with. What are you expecting in this match tonight? And more importantly, from an exhibition standpoint, what do you hope to see from your boys this evening?
Well, I think what we'll see out of Laval is a team that's, a couple months into their season. So their offense and defense should be pretty much in place, where we're, months away from our season, and we're going to try some new things. We've got a lot of young kids on the floor, and we're just hoping to get better as each point goes on in a match like this. And it's a chance for us to play a lot of different people, get some experience, and kind of get over the jitters of first time playing college volleyball.
So will be a true exhibition match for your team in every sense of the word.
Well, I think so. Yeah, we've got a lot of new faces. We're pretty much a freshman sophomore type team, and we've got kids that this is going to be their first taste of competition. So yeah, they're not going to be good right out of the gate, and we expect that. But we think they're going to be enthusiastic. They're going to play hard, and you might make some errors, but we can deal with that. Just play hard and have fun.
Now, the viewers in the Syracuse area probably aren't familiar with your roster. Can you tell us specifically some of the key guys we should watch for tonight?
Yeah, I think a couple key guys that are going to see the ball a lot on our side are going to be our two middle hitters, Colin McMillan, who's a real big guy, Rene Esteves, who's a very good athlete. I think they'll enjoy watching Jose Pereira play. He's a very quick, dynamic outside hitter. I think our setter does a nice job. He's pretty deceptive. And we think our senior will have a nice match tonight. That's Jeff Katurba. And, of course, we're going to try to work in Dave Holman, a local kid from Rochester. So hopefully he'll come in and do some jump serving and put some pressure on the other team.
Coach Hansen, we look forward to it. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much. We're glad to be here.
Ohio State head coach Pete Hansen joining us. We'll come back after this break with the start of the match between Ohio State and Laval. It's coming up next on Time Warner Cable Sports.
Give me a heading, Bill.
On January 8th, Amy Narvajo was saved from freezing to death by the National Guard. Were it not for their employers giving them the time to answer the call, this story might have had a different ending. To every employer who supports the Guard and Reserve, thanks for making us your business.
Welcome back to Cicero North Syracuse High School in Cicero, New York. We are getting set for this match between Laval University from Quebec City and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Our officials for this match, Howard Veeder on the left and Peg DeFuria on the right. Peg also coaches the men's club team at Syracuse University, and I think you know her pretty well.
I know Peg because she's officiated for as long as I've coached. So it's been quite a few years, 22 at least.
So she has a wealth of experience, needless to say.
She does an excellent job.
We are underway in the first game. Laval on the left, Ohio State on the right. And right away, Mary, we can see the athleticism of these men.
Oh, it just amazes me. Right there, there's a beautiful block by Laval for a side out.
Ohio State will serve as the home team, while Laval from Quebec City will be the visiting team. LAVAL with a chance to serve.
Good defense.
Excellent kill attempt there.
That ball was clearly in. It was a nice hit by the LAVAL player. But it was great defense by the LAVAL player. And that's where LAVAL's been playing for a while. Their season started much earlier, whereas Ohio State is still early. This is still preseason.
And as Coach Pete Hansen told us before this match began, he wants to see where his team is at this stage of the season before they get into their meat of the schedule. Ohio State serving now, and that serve a bit too long. A side out in favor of LAVAL.
It'll be interesting to see who uses a jump serve. It's a little bit more aggressive. Here we go.
Maxime Larive serving.
That was a quick middle. The middle blocker there had to get up a lot sooner, though. So that shows that Ohio State, even though it's early in the season, they're going to try to run a little quicker offense. Remember, now you can serve anywhere from the baseline.
In the early going, LAVAL has shown some very good tendencies at the net. We'll see that last play again.
Right there, right down the line. He rotated his body perfectly.
Again, that's Maxime Larive, a very talented player from Quebec City. That's where LAVAL University is located. And a look at their head coach, Pascal Clément, who gave us an outstanding scouting report of his team before this match began. Ohio State serving to LAVAL. Excellent dig by Ohio State.
And there's a kill by LAVAL.
Side on LAVAL, number 4, Bruno Pelletier, back to center.
And a look at Ohio State head coach Pete Hansen. LAVAL serving. This is Bruno Pelletier.
They're going to go to Dominic Lavoie quite often. He's the captain of the team, a real leader out there, number 5. And in the setup they have right now, he must be an excellent passer because he is a front row player. Now he'll slide outside. And there they go to him again.
Do you get the sense that LAVAL is already in midseason form?
I do. I think, you know, he slid outside beautifully. Great arm swing.
Excellent job by Ohio State at the net.
Kill for number 8, Renee Estevez. He'll go back to serve.
That kind of athleticism we don't often get to see.
Ohio State serving to LAVAL. And once again, Ohio State can't put the ball in play effectively. You can't score unless you can serve well. LAVAL serving. Dominique Lavoie puts it in play.
It's interesting. Both teams seem to be trying to serve deep. And you can see where they're standing.
Angel Aja, Ohio State, serving. And it's almost like two prize fighters very early in the bout feeling each other out. I think there hasn't been much scoring at all early in this match, something we didn't expect.
No, I thought the scoring would be a little bit better. But then I think, you know, they're serving. They've warmed up, but they haven't warmed up a lot serving. It'll be interesting to see. Here's a quick look there. Came off the back. What's interesting to see in men's volleyball is sometimes a back row player, as long as they take off behind the 10-foot line, can still attack the ball. It's where their takeoff is from.
We've seen jump serves virtually every time out. Excellent job by LAVAL to keep that ball in play.
Boy, it's interesting right now for me to see how they're just, I don't know if I'd necessarily call it the skills that any coach wants to teach, but they're keeping that ball alive. And as you can see by the smile on their face, it's almost as if they're saying the same thing.
LAVAL picks up its second point of this first game. Excellent dig by LAVAL. Patrick Dion digs it out. Set at the net and a kill for Ohio State. Jose Pereira from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Pete Hansen sang his praises before the match began.
Look at this big outside hit. Great arm swing.
So at the side out, another weak serve for Ohio State, and right away, that's a problem.
I think they've got to focus, settle down. There he tooled it right off the block, hit right into the blocker's hands intentionally, and tried to force them to push it to the outside.
Jeff Katurba from Martinsville, New Jersey, regains the serve for Ohio State, and he'll put it in play.
Excellent pass.
What a block at the net by the Buckeyes.
That was a dynamite block. Right there you saw number 8, Renee Esteves. Renee Esteves and Angel Aja.
So the Buckeyes, another chance to score. What a kill at the net by Ohio State's Jose Pereira, showing his potential very early in this match.
Boy, he's got a great arm swing. Look at this. Their middle blocker couldn't get over in time.
Terrific set that time as well. There's a dynamic kill for Laval for the side out. That one driven home by Bruno Pelletier.
Here you'll see Bruno come in quick swing.
Wonderful set from Gabriel Giguère there. Laval regaining its momentum, picking up another point. It'll be 3-2 here in game 1. Bruno Pelletier sends it too long.
Both these teams seem to pass the ball extremely well. That'll be a replay. He didn't like his ball toss, so he's going to take it again.
Jose Pereira sends it in and wide. So Laval regains the serve. Pereira, a sophomore, 6'3". Every player for Ohio State is more than 6 feet tall. Some tremendous athletes for this Buckeye team, coached by Pete Hansen. Serve for Laval, Gabriel Giguère. Set at the net for the Buckeyes, and it's driven home by Ohio State's Phil Kerwich.
He placed that just where he needed to. Single block up at that point. Oh, I'm sorry, double block up. The middle blocker was a little late.
Set to the near side, and a good job by Laval to drop it in no man's land. Dominique Lavoie.
I have to add, that was a great set by Gabriel Gierg. I'm not too good with these French names, but it was a great set by him.
Terrific block by Ohio State, but it just goes wide. Phil Kerwich at the net for Ohio State did his best, but the ball deflected out of bounds off his right hand. And Laval is starting to build some momentum. 5-2 here in game 1.
Excellent serve. Great topspin serve. That ball just dropped.
And again, the server doesn't like the toss, so Dominique Lavoie has another chance. 2 aces for Laval already here in the first game. And a poor serve that time means a side out, so Ohio State has a chance to score. It'll be 2-5 here in game 1. Angel Aja puts it in play. Terrific kill by Laval's Maxime Larive.
Kill for number 1, Maxime Larive.
Patrick Dion on the serve. Set for Ohio State, a block at the net. Deflects to the near side.
It's so interesting to me, you know, usually right behind the block you'll set up a few players, and it looked like that time Laval did not quite get into position for it.
2-5. Set for Laval, poked home by Maxime Larive. Terrific set by his teammate, Gabriel Giguère. Maxime Larive serving. Buckeyes want to get that serve back, and they do. Kill for Rene Esteves at the net.
He placed that ball right down the line. And that's what they've got to do. They've got to move the ball around in order to beat this team.
Dropping back to serve, tall Colin McMillan from Burlington, Wisconsin, listed at 6'11". Pete Hansen, the head coach of the Buckeyes, has put together a very athletic team for upcoming competition in the Big Ten Conference.
What's interesting is they do have one local from Pittsburgh, New York player on the Ohio State team. And that's David Homan. Here's a look there. He went right between the blocker's hands and was able to put it away. The middle blocker, it's tough to read the Ohio State setter. He's doing a real nice job. So it's tough for that middle blocker to know where to go.
We had a whistle stopping play.
I believe it was a net violation on Ohio State.
Of course, we will get those from time to time. Laval serving Ohio State 5 serves 2 here in game 1. Block at the net by Laval, executed very well. Buckeyes trying to keep it alive. We may have had another net violation, although that looked like a carry.
That was a carry by the setter. The ball was real tight to the net. He couldn't quite get it up.
Point for Laval, 6 serving 2 in game 1. Wicked kill by the Buckeyes.
That's how they started out the game right there. Go quick to the middle. Quick look, double block up, but he was able to put it right over the middle blocker's hands.
Rene Esteves, 6'5", sophomore from San Juan, Puerto Rico. 2 serve 6, jump serve from deep for Ohio State. Set at the net. Block as the Buckeyes try to keep it alive. Another whistle, though.
Again, that was a net violation, which is too bad because there you saw the double hit that's allowable in men's volleyball.
Jump serve for Laval, and Gabriel Giguere goes wide, so it's a side out, and Ohio State will take over. On the back row, we see Jeff Katurba, number 5 for the Buckeyes, one of the key players to watch, from Martinsville, New Jersey. Laval going in for the kill, drills it wide, giving Ohio State a point. 3 serving 6 here in game 1.
Right now, it looks like Ohio State is trying to figure out who to serve it to. They seem to be trying to move the ball around a little bit. Here's a look. 3 blockers up, but the hitter was able to tool it off the blocker's hands,
resulting in a side out. Laval trying to score, can't do so. Off the kill by Ohio State. Colin McMillan driving it home. The big sophomore. 3 serving 6 in game 1. And Laval pokes it home for a side out. Patrick Dion does the damage. And now Dion will serve. 6 serving 3 in game 1. Kind of a knuckleball type of serve there. A kill attempt at the net does not work out for Ohio State and Jeff Katurba.
Double block from Laval.
And that's what LaValle wants to do. Here you see the double block up, and he just stuffs it right back in his face. That brings up a lot of energy for any team.
That time, Jeff Katurba would not be denied. He came back with a vengeance to drive that one home for Ohio State.
There you just see a lot of experience when he's up there.
3 serving 7. Set at the net for Laval. We have a whistle and a carry by the setter for Laval, Gabriel Giguere.
And Gabriel did not like that particular call. He was not too happy with the official.
4 serving 7, and the serve too long on the part of the Ohio State Buckeyes, which gives possession back to Laval. Chance to score for the red and gold of Laval University in Quebec City, the Rouge et d'Or. Set at the net for the Buckeyes, too long. Ohio State's Jose Pereira Tried to knock it home, but he drove it too far.
Timeout, Ohio State.
And we have a timeout called by Ohio State head coach Pete Hansen with his team down in the first game, 8-4. Mary, I want to ask you how you think this match has progressed for the Ohio State Buckeyes. They seem to be a team that is very early in its season, still trying to find where it's headed on the court.
I think they're going to be a phenomenal team. I think, again, it's early in the season. This is a practice round for them. It's like most schools around here will scrimmage. This is like a scrimmage for them. Right now what I'm seeing is some great athletic ability, and that can't be denied. When you think about it, these guys have probably been practicing a month, whereas LAVAL's been playing for about 2.5 months. Some great athletic ability and jumping ability.
It is very early in the match, as you saw a moment ago. Ohio State with 15 kills to 11 for Laval. And you look at this Buckeyes roster, the size is really amazing. Every player over 6 feet tall. Colin McMillan at 6'11". Todd Hill, who we haven't seen yet, is 6'7". Head coach Pete Hansen said he would try to work in some of his younger players as this match continues at Cicero North Syracuse High School tonight.
Right there, he is not going to be denied on this block. And unfortunately, I don't think the block even happened. I think he went into the net.
Poor serve for Laval, so Ohio State has a chance to score. There's Colin McMillan. Sophomore in eligibility at Ohio State. Set at the net for Laval. Nice dig by Ohio State. And a block attempt at the net for Ohio State doesn't quite work out, so Laval will serve.
You know, the one thing that I'm starting to see from a coach's background is I think right now, because Laval has the experience, they're playing a little bit better defense.
Set for Laval. Blocked by Ohio State. The Buckeyes keep it alive.
They scrambled a little bit there.
That time the kill of the Ohio State Buckeyes handcuffs Laval. Jeff Katurba will serve.
That was a big mistake because Laval, I mean, they got a free ball over the net, and they should have taken advantage of that run of play.
Fine block by Ohio State at the net. Good job by the Buckeyes. Five serving 9 here in game 1. We are going to 15. First team to win 3 games wins the match. Soft serve by the Buckeyes. Nifty change of pace by the setter.
Right, and that's what they want to do sometimes. You do want to change the pace, try to throw the other team off, maybe hit a little bit less hard, serve a little bit less hard. Force your opponents to move to the ball.
Substitution
for Laval. David Bedard checks in, and he replaces Bruno Pelletier. So right off the bat, Bedard will serve. 9 serving 5 here in game 1. Laval keeps it alive off the kill attempt by the Buckeyes.
Here the Buckeyes should take advantage, run something quick, which they did. It's a well-coached team. Again, they should run something quick. Oh, that's going to be called a carry because it wasn't the first contact.
So the Buckeyes regain the serve. Jose Pereira dropping back to put it in play. 5 serving 9 here in game 1.
Outstanding serve. Outstanding topspin serve. Very difficult to pick up.
Ohio State now trails.
Point for Ohio State. 6 serves 9. Fine block by the Buckeyes at the net as the setter, Gabriel Giguère, tried to tip it over again, but this time Ohio State snuffed it out.
They were ready. They were looking for maybe a change of pace. Let's take a look. Looked like the setter was going to try to tip it. And Ohio State was there to place it right back over.
Excellent defense played by number 9, Philip Kerwich. He's a junior from Wilmette, Illinois, and a young fan with us at Cicero North Syracuse High School tonight. He likes what he sees.
I think so.
Giving a little grin.
And as a matter of fact, the father of that little one happens to be a former FM student.
Great to see the kids out here at Cicero North Syracuse High School tonight. Very competitive action to this point between Laval University from Quebec City and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Dropping back deep to serve for Ohio State on that back line.
Again, an outstanding serve. LAVAL's having a hard time getting that serve up to the setter the way they want to. So it's a little bit more difficult for them to run the attack that they want to run.
Another Jose Pareda serve. We have a whistle right at the net.
And that was kind of a big mistake right there by Ohio State. They didn't need to get the net. They didn't need to be that tight. They could have gone right up on the blocker.
9 serving 8. Laval is feeling the heat from Ohio State. The Buckeyes are coming back. Laval keeps it alive at the net, but there isn't a whole lot of help for the red and gold, and the Buckeyes gain a side out.
That was a great place block where he just took the ball. It was as long as it's over the height of the net and it's across the plane of the net, and it's anybody's ball. And that blocker just went right up and played it.
Another fine block by the Buckeyes.
So block for Ohio State. Scores now tied at 9. Substitution for LAVAL.
Ohio State picks up another point. Tie game 1 at 9. Laval substitution, number 10, Frédéric Lavoie, replacing number 2, Patrick Dion. 9 serving 9 in game 1. Buckeyes storming back here in the first game of this match. The preview to the Final Four tournament in Cicero, New York. Buckeyes drive home, take their first lead of this first game. Colin McMillan gets it done. Big 6'11" sophomore takes care of business at the net.
He's only a sophomore, and if you watch that play, he goes off speed. That's not a real powerful hit. Free ball, here's where Ohio State should really put it away. A little bit off speed, doesn't swing hard, puts it a little bit deeper. LAVAL wasn't ready.
Back to the action, another point picked up by Ohio State while we were in the replay, and another timeout called by LAVAL head coach Pascal Clément. Buckeyes lead game 1, 11-9. And now we'll show you the point we missed while we showed you that first replay. Here it is again.
Good pass right there. And a great block. That's where they've really got to work together as a team and try to cover as much area as they can.
Buckeyes have scored 6 unanswered points in this first game. Colin McMillan making that last block. Head coach of the Buckeyes, Pete Hansen, has to be happy with the way his team has bounced back. And Mary, I expected Ohio State to play better as this match continued, but to be honest with you, I did not expect them to turn it around as quickly as they have.
You know, I think they're a perennial favorite in men's collegiate volleyball. And I thought they could turn it around. I think at first it was, you know, they've got to get used to the gym. There's certain things that players that really like to feel comfortable with, and clearly they're serving. You've got to get the ball in bounds. And they just had to get used to what the court dimensions are in terms of how the ceiling height goes and everything else.
Excellent rally taken by Ohio State.
That was a great rally. Both teams, some really good volleyball. Ohio State was able to put it away with that block.
12 serving 9. The serve a bit too long, so the Buckeyes lose the serve, and now LAVAL has a chance to climb back into game 1. 9 serving 12. We have a substitution. Ross McLean in for Ohio State. There's Ross from Lebanon, Ohio. And he replaces Rene Esteves. Another dynamic kill by Colin McMillan of the Buckeyes.
Oh, that was just a great set. Right to that middle hitter's hands.
Side out in favor of Ohio State. Angel Aja serves.
And again,
Sensational block.
outstanding block. And that's what, you know, in men's volleyball, that's what they need to do. Jeff Katerba, he's a senior, and he's, you know, you need that leadership on that block.
13 serving 9. And Laval will regain the serve. A very effective kill by Maxime Larive.
Coming in the match for Laval, number 4, Bruno Pelletier.
Substitution. Bruno Pelletier returns. And David Bedard, who replaced Pelletier earlier, returns to the bench.
Right now, it's interesting. I'm seeing Ohio State use their middle a lot more than what I've normally seen. Usually your middle is their primary responsibility is as a blocker, but they're doing a great job.
Excellent kill by Laval to regain the serve. The red and gold battling back here in game 1 after the Buckeyes took the lead. 9 serving 13 here in game 1. And Maxime Larive puts it in play. Fantastic set at the net and quite a kill by Ohio State's Jose Pereira.
Jose Pereira is so good as far as taking advantage of that line. There he goes. The blocker went up thinking he was going to go cross court, and there he went right down the line. Laval's really going to have to start to cover the line if they're going to, you know, get back in this match, especially because he's a front row player right now.
Here's Dave Homan from Pittsford, New York, into the game for the first time.
Oh. That's where the ball hit the ceiling, in a ceiling, with the gym that has this height ceiling, the ball's going to come down, and it really is. You've got to play it.
So perhaps a break for Laval. 9 serving 13. Another wicked kill by the Buckeyes.
Spiking it hard, number 8,
Renee Esteves.
Right here, take a look how quick up on the middle he is, and that middle blocker right now is having a hard time reading which hand he's going to use.
Perfect placement by Esteves. Another Ohio State kill just beyond the reach of Laval. Angel Aja.
You know, right there, whenever the ball's overpassed like that, if you're a hitter and you go up and put it, there's very little chance that that's not going to be a kill. Coach's nightmares when they see that ball overpass.
Game point. Chris Bash checks in for the Buckeyes, replacing Angel Aja. And getting set to serve, Jeff Katerba. This is game point for game 1, 14 serving 9. The Buckeyes have come all the way back. Another change of pace by Giguère.
Oh, nice dig, but forehead.
Laval gave it a great shot with a beautiful dig, but Ohio State picks up game point here in the first game of this match. So the Buckeyes take the first game 15-9 over Laval University from Quebec City. We'll come back with game 2 from Cicero North Syracuse High School right after this quick break here on Time Warner Cable Sports.
Can count on you to do what Smokey says. Smokey says.
Only you.
No, you don't play with matches. That's not cool. Tell mom and dad to break them, stop them. Yeah, yeah, that's the rule.
And when your folks desire to build a fire, clear brush and branches away, and keep water nearby like you oughta. Did someone say otter?
We're all counting on you.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Welcome back to Cicero North Syracuse High School. We take a look at the 10th point in game 1 for Ohio State.
Outstanding block right there by the middle blocker and right side player, or left side player.
Colin McMillan, who picked up that point, 6'11", from Burlington, Wisconsin, played a huge role in the Buckeyes' comeback in Game 1. Laval got off to a very fast start. The Buckeyes called a timeout, well placed by head coach Pete Hansen, made some adjustments, and Ohio State stormed back to win Game 1. We take a look at the numbers now from Game 1. Just 2 aces, both going to Laval. Kills, 14 for the red and gold, 21 for the Buckeyes. And look at the blocks, Mary. 8 for Ohio State, just 2 for Laval. That was a big factor in Ohio State's comeback.
Yeah, clearly it was a big factor. In Ohio State, they started to run a little bit different offense. The first few points they went, high outside to their strong outside hitter from Puerto Rico. I believe, to be honest with you, I'm not great with these foreign names, but, and then they started to take advantage of blocking a little bit more, and also started to use their middle a little bit more, and they needed to use the middle. I don't think LaVAL is used to teams going to the middle quite as much as they did, and it was an outstanding match. I mean, Ohio State just had a great comeback.
The Buckeyes have 3 players from Puerto Rico on their roster, and they all played huge roles in that first game. Angel Aja, Rene Esteves, and Jose Pereira, and that has been a fertile recruiting ground for head coach Pete Hansen to pick up those very talented and tall players from Puerto Rico. Esteves and Pereira are from San Juan, Puerto Rico, and Angel Aja is from Guaynabo, Puerto Rico.
From what I understand in Puerto Rico, it's such a men's game over there. I don't think their women's game is quite as strong, but for the men over there, they can play year-round. It's an outdoor game. It's a beach game. From what I understand, like we have basketball courts over here, they have volleyball courts set up.
A moment ago, we saw Laval head coach Pascal Clément talking with his team, and after losing a lead the way Laval did in Game 1, what do you think the strategy would be from a coach's standpoint as you go into Game 2?
I think he's going to tell his guys right now we've got to run a little bit quicker of an offense. We've got to try to read the setter a little bit better from Ohio State. He's doing an excellent job placing that ball. And it's tough to read whether he's going to go forward or back. He's got great hands.
Here in Game 2, Laval is on your right, and on the left, the Ohio State Buckeyes, who won Game 1 15-9. Game 2 is underway, and quickly Laval is off to a fast start, and we see some enthusiasm, some excitement on the part of the red and gold as they pick up the first point.
Right, even right there, the players are saying, let's get moving, let's get our feet moving, and you can see that. They're trying to speed things up.
Brilliant kill by Ohio State's big Colin McMillan at the net, and we see him nearly 7 feet tall. He's a very tough player to defend.
He's very tough to defend because he's hitting up and over the block, and I think that's throwing LaVAL off. They're not used to a player with that kind of size.
Angel Aja serving. Whistle at the net.
It's going to be a net violation on Ohio State.
Net violation on Ohio State, side out Laval.
And that will give Laval the serve after the side out. Dropping back deep to put it in play. Bruno Pelletier.
I think Bruno's been a little bit frustrated. He is a middle blocker, and he just does not pick up count.
That time a design play as Colin McMillan faked the kill. Jeff Katurba drove it home for the side out. Now serving Phil Kerwich for Ohio State.
He took that one way behind his shoulder and couldn't keep it in.
So it's a point for the Buckeyes here in Game 2. And once again, Kerwich will serve. One serving one. Block attempt by the Buckeyes at the net. They couldn't get it done. Colin McMillan and Jeff Katurba. Just side out for Laval.
He took just such a hard swing and really pushed that into the blocker's hand. The blocker couldn't do anything with it. He was a little late getting over, as you could see on that replay.
Gabriel Giguère. One serving one.
A little bit of off speed, and that ball's going to be put away.
Jeff Katurba does a tremendous job. First he tries to drop it in. Laval is able to dig it out, and then Katurba goes for the overhand spike.
There you're seeing a little bit of off speed, and here he's going to come up and put it away, the overpass.
That was sweet. Jeff Katurba, the senior from Martinsville, New Jersey.
Right now, Ohio State was a little bit concerned. They were feeling as though when LAVAL was serving, a screen was being set up so that they couldn't see the serve coming over the net. And the official thought he'd just discuss it with him. Please be careful.
One serving one. Terrific kill by Laval's Maxime Larive. He's played well.
He has played outstanding. Good footwork. He swings it outside. Sometimes he moves the ball around a little bit, and he moves himself around. You don't know if he's going to go middle, right side, or left side.
Dominique Lavoie serves. One serving one here in game two. Game one went to Ohio State.
That's up off the blocker's hands. That's what Ohio State's going to do. They're going to keep trying to hit it into their hands, pop it off.
And the Buckeyes will gladly reclaim the serve. Jeff Katurba drops back deep. One serving one. We've seen our share of side outs here in game two. Very little scoring so far. Excellent dig by Laval and Jaguar to keep it alive. And how about that? The red and gold pick up a side out.
You know, and he came from the backcourt to hit that. He just hit that ball solid. Real solid. Pushed the blocker's hands right back.
Back to the action. Laval tries to dig it out after a wicked kill attempt by the Buckeyes. And Laval is unable to do so. So Ohio State gains a side out and the serve. Jose Pereira puts it in play. 1-1 here in game two.
That was just an excellent serve by Ohio State. And that's what they've got to, you know, serve aggressive. I'm sure the coach is telling them that right now.
The Buckeyes pick up a point. It'll be two serving ones as Jose Pereira drops back. Substitution for Laval. Michel Lantagne checks in, replacing Eric Le Breton.
Great topspin serve.
And it's banged home by Ohio State at the net. Three serving one. The Buckeyes are really coming alive.
You know, their outside hitters are taking advantage of the line, and LAVAL's got to react to that. They've got to start to use or cover the line.
Buckeyes pick up another point off the terrific dig by Jeff Katurba.
But that's where they're taking advantage of the line. I think, if anything, I would have to congratulate the Ohio State Pete Hansen right now, because he's probably telling his guys they don't cover the line. I want you to keep placing it there. Now you can move the offense around.
That was a sensational kill by the Buckeyes. A lot of power at the net for Renee Esteves. And look at a Laval timeout.
Oh, any player loves that, the overpass. The easiest ball to hit. If you're a spiker, you want that ball coming right at you from forward. You don't have to look across your shoulder either way.
Here in game two, Ohio State has jumped out to a 5-1 lead. There we see the Laval bench. Pascal Clément, the head coach, assisted by Eric Bergeron. They've come to the Syracuse area this weekend, and this tournament will continue in Rochester after this match between Laval and Ohio State as the fans here at Cicero North Syracuse High School look on. The kill situation, 8 for the Buckeyes, 4 for Laval. And I think, Mary, that momentum is really on the side of Ohio State now.
Oh, I think the momentum is completely going their way. I think they're, you know, staying focused. I think LAVAL is a little bit surprised, to be honest with you. I think they're a little frustrated. They're trying to figure out what can we do to change things. Clearly, they've got to make sure that they block the line, or at least have someone there covering it. The outside blocker's having a hard time, and he can't get his hands up, so the line is wide open.
After the timeout, play back in.
Oh, that's an interesting call. The official called that there was net penetration by the blocker, so the setter didn't have a chance to make contact.
So it results in a side out in favor of Laval, a chance for the red and gold to narrow the gap. One serving 5.
A little bit of an off-speed serve.
That time, the Buckeyes' Renee Esteves, too strong for Laval, and it's a very quick side out.
It was kind of a slide hit that he just ran.
Esteves serving.
Ball was a little tight to the net.
Good defense by the Buckeyes, and a tremendous block by Laval as Katurba of Ohio State went in for the kill.
Block for Laval University.
Yeah, but there's the block, and notice how excited Laval is getting. You can feel their frustration. I don't think they expected this Ohio team to be quite as strong at this juncture of their season.
And another dynamic block at the net by Laval. That time it results in a point after the side out, so it'll be 2 serving 5. Here's Michelle Antanya. Didn't like the first attempt. We'll get another crack at it. Laval serving right to left.
That was a real nice block. At least he got a piece of it.
And a two-handed jam by the Buckeyes. Angel Aja at the net. Side out. Laval head coach Pascal Clément on the left, assisted by Eric Bergeron. A wicked kill by the red and gold, Dominique Lavoie.
Number 5, Dominique Lavoie.
You know, it was a great play right there. He went right down the line. You could see that blocker was not lined up. That blocker didn't expect that. He was cutting off the cross court.
Angel Aja almost swallowed the volleyball. Now Laval is starting to dig back in here in game 2. 3 serving 5. Misdirection at the net.
There's a nice dig. I mean, they brought it back up.
Another fine dig by the red and gold.
Oh, that's a big block right there. They were able to, he's got to be so pleased about that. That was a mistaken block. That blocker's got to snap down. Hits off, it kept his hands a little too hard, so the ball went all the way out of bounds, cross court.
Another point for Laval. As a blocker, you want to try to direct that ball back into the field of play instead of sending it beyond the sideline.
Right now, the harder the hit, the more your hands have got to almost cushion that ball or take some of the speed off of it so that it won't rebound off your hands quite so hard.
Game of touch at the net, no question about it. Very quick side out in favor of Laval. The red and gold is the game to serve.
It's interesting to see. Laval right now is trying to do what Ohio State did to them. Use the line, force the blocker a little bit further outside so that you can play around with the middle. Great cut shot by Ohio State's number 10. Watch this cut. He swings his shoulders so hard. No one's done it so far this match, so Laval wasn't even ready for it.
Buckeyes on the serve. Ohio State keeps it in play. Good rally developing here.
Oh, but there he goes real long. He wants a touch on it, but there wasn't even anybody up at that point.
Looks like one of the fans on the far side here at CNS caught the deflection.
And at that speed, it can't feel too good.
4 serving 5. Gabrielle Jaguer will get another chance at it. Didn't like the first toss. We have a discussion going on between one of the officials and the Laval players.
I think Laval thought that they should have gotten a point, not necessarily a side out, or I'm not sure what the confusion was. Good aggressive serve by Laval.
Whistle at the net as Jeff Katurba tried something fancy, but the call doesn't go his way, and we are all tied up in game 2.
Yeah, he tried to tip that up and over the block, but I think he actually came underneath the net.
Another serve attempt for Laval. Dominique Lavoie. Jump serve. Wicked topspin on that. And again, it'll have to be played off the ceiling.
Right. Right here, take advantage of that. Good pickup. Good pickup off that block. And that's what both teams have got to start to do. Cover your blockers.
Laval drops it in. One of the Buckeyes tried to make a diving dig, but could not.
Right there, you're going to see ball goes up. Great pickup.
Some excellent effort on the part of the Buckeyes, comes up a bit short. We will take a timeout as Laval has come from behind to take a 6-5 lead here in Game 2 of our match from CNS. We'll be back with you on Time Warner Cable Sports right after this.
Someone once said, we all come into this world alone, and we leave the same way. But in between, we have the chance to connect and help each other, to find ways you can do something to connect with the people in your community, called the Points of Light Foundation. Do something good. Feel something real.
Welcome back to Cicero North Syracuse High School. We take a look at the Laval bench. The taller coach, 6'6", Pascal Clément. He's the head coach, assisted by Eric Bergeron, both with the gold shirts. Laval called the Rouge et Or, the red and gold, from Quebec City in the Syracuse area this weekend for this preseason tournament preview to the Final Four. Laval serving after the timeout. Ohio State looking for the side out, and the Buckeyes do indeed get the call.
Oh, that ball was clearly, and it was interesting to see the whole Laval team raise their hands, and even from where I sit, I could tell that ball was in.
5 serving 6. Jeff Katurba sends it in.
Oh, that's going to be 4 hits.
And Ohio State picks up the point. That ties up Game 2, 6-6.
He was quite late on that delivery.
Game 1 went to the Buckeyes, 15-9. Jeff Katurba serving, and he sends it wide, so it's a side out in favor of Laval. Red and gold will serve.
I'm sure Ohio State is kind of waiting until Colin McMillan gets back in that front row, because he seems to really, really help them out. He's such a big blocker.
What a difference he made in Game 1 in that Ohio State comeback.
Right. You know, these guys are so strong that what you're seeing so much of is, you know, the blocker's hands may even be there, but just that strength when they're up there of pushing that ball through the blocker's hands, or, you know, trying to force the blocker to place that ball or to miss block. It's amazing.
Ohio State's Jose Pereira didn't like the first toss, so he'll get another chance to serve. 6 serve 6 here in Game 2. Buckeyes block it at the net.
That was a big block for them right there. I mean, I think it could be a momentum swinger, right? Neither team, they're both kind of apprehensive. Oh, that's going to be called reaching over. Net penetration right there, surely. That ball had not crossed the plane, and I think even he knew that. Take a look. The ball hasn't crossed the net. The setter's hands are right there. The setter turns around and he goes, what happened to it?
Is that an early season mistake in your mind?
That's an aggressive mistake. I don't know if I'd call it, you know, when you can get the height that these guys reach, that's an aggressive mistake, and any player wants to do it if they think they can.
Serving for the Buckeyes, Rene Esteves. Ohio State picks up a point. It's 8th of Game 2. 8 serving 6 now. The Buckeyes starting to create a little wiggle room between themselves and Laval.
Well, Colin McMillan is in the front row, and I think Laval knows that, you know, when he's up there, they've really got to change things around.
Laval's Michel Lantagna hammered it home, but too far. Another Ohio State point.
He's trying to keep it out of that middle.
Laval substitution. Eric Le Breton replaces Michel Lantagna. Le Breton wearing number 12. 9 serve 6. Drilled home by Laval. Laval at the net. Bruno Pelletier.
Kill for number 4.
That was a nice hit by Bruno. He's going to keep hitting it probably to the left side. Right here you'll see if he's going to swing it, he's going to swing it over to the left because it's a little bit shorter of a blocker where he knows he can get some height.
That ponytail flapping in the wind. Ohio State picks up a very quick side out. The Buckeyes will regain the serve. It'll be 9 serving 6. Back to serve for the Buckeyes, Angel Aja.
Right now we're seeing some nice defense. The setter at that point really read where his open hitters were. That was a nice job by the setter.
Laval does a terrific job here.
Right, he knew his 2 outside hitters, were not in position, and so he just brought it back.
Pelletier serves, and we have a quick whistle, a carry on the part of Ohio State.
That's interesting. Ohio State doesn't like it. They're going to review the rule with the official, but it's not. He didn't call a double hit. He called a carry, and there is a difference.
7 serving 9. And again, Bruno Pelletier will put it in play for Laval. The red and gold trying to even up this match. Game 1 went to the Ohio State Buckeyes. That served too long. An unforced error.
That was an unforced error. He was trying to float or serve. He's just got to follow through a little bit less.
Bill Kurowicz serving for Ohio State. And Laval breaks it up right away.
Another backcourt kill for number 12, Eric Liberton.
That was a nice play by Liberton, and they're going to use him a lot. He seems to be a pretty dominant hitter for them.
Gabriel Giguère serving.
Oh, that's going to be a real tight play at the net. And a great block for Laval.
Laval is storming back here in the second game.
Point Laval. They trail by 1.
Right here, that ball's so close.
8 serving 9. Jump serve for Giguère. Another block by Laval. Look out, here come the red and gold.
Wow, they're in motion. Pure emotion right now. That's what they're playing with.
9-9.
Great topspin serve. Oh, if he had dug that up, it really would have put Laval, would have given him an edge.
That
would have been amazing.
Mm-hmm. But it would have been, it would have been the high that they really needed to try to finish off this match.
Jeff Katurba, a beautiful kill, a side out, serving for Ohio State, Colin McMillan. Laval digs it out. Sent back over the net wide by Laval. So the Buckeyes gain a point. 10 serving 9. Very tight. Game 2 in our match. McMillan serving again. Ohio State keeps it alive.
Big block, nice pickup by Ohio.
Whoa! That block just wide. Give the point to the Buckeyes. Laval with some dynamic play at the net, but the block goes out of bounds.
Right here, cushion those hands. Beautiful hand placement. They were trying to push it. If you watch their hands, they brought it back into the court.
Another point for the Buckeyes. They are closing in on that 15 mark, and head coach for Laval, Pascal Clément, wants a timeout. The second taken by Clément in this second game. 12-9, the Buckeyes are on top after winning game 1 15-9. Looks like Pascal Clément is frustrated with one of his key players, Dominique Lavoie, number 5.
Well, I think he's a little frustrated with some of the decisions the team's making in terms of which hitter to go to. I think it'd like him to move it around. I think it'd like to run a few more sophisticated plays, and clearly I think it'd like him to run a little bit faster of an offense because Ohio State is able to read them very well.
Laval has made some beautiful blocks in this game. 4, just 1 for the Buckeyes, although the Ohio State squad does have the edge on the board with a 12-9 lead here in game 2.
And I think Ohio State has had a lot more hits, so obviously LaVale's going to have an opportunity to block more.
That's true. Some young ladies mugging for the camera. And after the timeout called by Laval, the second of this second game for the red and gold, we'll get back to the action with Colin McMillan serving for Ohio State. The Buckeyes pick up right where they left off before the break to make it a 13-9 game.
Great block by Renee Esteves. And what's interesting, because now with Colin in the back row, I thought for sure that LaVale would start to use their middle, and sure enough, they did.
Number 14, David Bedard.
All substitution. David Bedard returns, replacing Bruno Pelletier. Here's a look at Bedard.
A little bit stronger defensively.
That's a key aspect for Laval right now.
Yes, it is.
And the red and gold pick up the side out. Dominique Lavoie will serve, 9 serving 13. An Ohio State substitution here. Greg Lehman checks in, replacing Colin McMillan. There's Lehman, freshman in eligibility from Galena, Ohio.
Good topspin serve.
A blast from Jeff Katurba, but it's wide. Point for Laval.
Point Laval, they trail 10-13.
Sent too long by Katurba. 10 serving 13. Dazzling block at the net by Laval.
Oh, that was a beautiful block right there. They really read Jeff Katurba very, very well. If you look, they knew he was going to cut across court. Single block up. And that's an incredibly aggressive serve.
Patrick Dion with that last block. The whistle stopping play gives the point to Laval.
Clearly it must have been a net violation by Ohio State. And once again, Ohio State is saying they're frustrated. They feel that a screen is being set by LaVale. I can't see it, but apparently the players are a little frustrated.
Laval with the serve, 12 serving 13 here in game 2. Very tight match continues here at CNS this evening. The block attempt by Laval at the net.
Oh, Jose Pereira, outstanding hit. And my guess is right now they're going to start to use him a little bit more.
The Buckeyes gain the side out, 13 serving 12. Key stage of the match for Ohio State right here. And a huge play at the net by the Buckeyes. Renee Esteves.
Watch this block. He comes up, reads it. His hands were cushioned just right. Place the ball, put that ball right back onto the court.
Game point. And Ohio State picks it up. Back-to-back wins for Ohio State in the first 2 games of this match at Cicero North Syracuse High School tonight. After winning game 1 15-9, the Buckeyes take game 2 15-12. We'll come back with game 3 from CNS right after this on Time Warner Cable Sports.
On the big highway of life, there's only one safe place for kids.
Backseat, baby.
The front seat's not the place to drop out. Don't want that big old bag to pop out.
Backseat, baby.
Put that booties in the backseat now.
Backseat, baby.
Have that the kids you never meet. I'm here to remind you to put them behind you.
Backseat, baby.
Wow! Look at here.
Backseat, baby.
You stay alive even when I drive.
Welcome back to Cicero North Syracuse High School in Cicero, New York, as our preview to the Final Four tournament rolls on. The first 2 games go convincingly to the Ohio State Buckeyes, 15-9 and 15-12. And Mary, here's a look at the Game 2 statistics.
Well, you know what's interesting is LaVale had 1 ace, and Ohio State hasn't had any. LaVale starting, they're going to have to continue to serve aggressive. Ohio State passes the ball so darn well, though, it's hard to get any kills or any aces. As far as kills, they were pretty balanced that last game.
LAVAL had a nice run in game 2 before the Buckeyes put them away. More young fans here at Cicero North Syracuse High School. Seen a lot of young kids here tonight.
Well, I think in the Syracuse area, you know, a lot of the players that you're seeing play beach volleyball, they're right in that probably 22 to 32 age group. So it's kind of a young crowd even here tonight. A lot of the local players, local coaches.
And quite a few young ladies are here to see these young men in action from Laval University in Quebec City, the red and gold, and the Ohio State Buckeyes. And we do have a collection of some amazing athletes on this court here at Cicero North Syracuse High School tonight. Game 3 is underway with Ohio State serving right to left. Laval tried a drop shot over the net that wouldn't go their way, so a quick point for the Buckeyes.
Well, I think LaVale's going to have to try almost anything right now to get back into this game and figure out where is the weakness of Ohio State. And that's what they're looking for. They were going to try a tip on that particular play. Not a particularly good pass.
Laval with the side out.
Oh, outstanding kill by Eric Libreto.
He sent it home with authority. The Buckeyes tried to dig it out, but to no avail, so Laval with a chance to score. 0 serving 1. That kill way long. Laval ties up game 3.
Ties the score at 1.
1 serving 1. Laval serving left to right here in game 3. And a hammer over the top from Ohio State's Jeff Katurba.
Right, Ohio State's going to answer right back. Almost every single point.
The Buckeyes would love to close this out in 3 consecutive games. Phil Kerwich serving. Buckeyes try to dig it out, and they can't. Side out, Laval will serve. We should have brought our helmets sitting so close to the action tonight.
You know, they're hitting that ball so hard, I almost would want more than a helmet. It's going to be a motorcycle and not a bicycle, I'll tell you that.
The full face shield.
Exactly.
Big Colin McMillan serving for Ohio State. Buckeyes serving right to left. Laval keeps it alive, as do the Buckeyes. Potential mistake there, but Ohio State recovers.
LaVale should have taken advantage of that. Right there, Colin needed to place that ball a little bit better on that second hit. And he knows it. You know, it's interesting for someone his size to be even kept in the lineup at that height in the back row. I mean, he's 6'11". Granted, he can cover a lot of area with those long arms and long legs, but a lot of times you'll get in a player who's maybe got a little bit more foot speed.
Laval picked up a point a moment ago. 2 serving 1. And Ohio State drops it in. So the Buckeyes will regain the serve.
I mean, Colin, for someone his height and his size, does have great foot speed. I'm surprised, though, he stays back and plays such good defense.
Unforced error by Ohio State's Jeff Katurba on the serve. So Laval quickly regains it. 2 serving 1.
Jeff is the captain of the team. I think he was trying to change the momentum maybe a little bit, go with a little bit shorter of a serve.
Blocked by Ohio State at the net. The attempt from Renee Esteves.
Right there, Ohio State blocker number 8. Renee Esteves got called in the net, so he didn't like that, but it was a good call.
Laval picked up the point a moment ago to make it 3 serving 1. Now a side out, so Ohio State will serve it.
Right there, the attempt at defense just couldn't pick it up.
Little miscommunication as a couple of Laval players both went for the ball. Side out, Laval serves. Back deep for Laval, Maxime Larive. Laval tried to block it at the net, but to no avail, so Ohio State will serve.
That was just pure strength, the way he pushed that ball right through the blockers, and it came down on their side of the net.
Bill Kerwich serving. Tap over for Laval, answered by Ohio State. And the block attempt by Laval goes wide, so the Buckeyes pick up a point. 2 serving 3.
Both teams are excellent at blocking. I think both teams, though, need to soften their hands a little bit. If that ball's coming in hard, you want to cushion it. I mean, you want to try to push it back into the court, as they're doing beautifully. But if you can, give it a little bit more cushion.
Laval regains the serve after a short serve by Ohio State.
And that was a good call. The setter's back went right into the net. He didn't necessarily like the call, but excellent call. Right now, he's calling the play on his side.
Another point for Laval.
Looks like he's saying we're going to go with a 1 ball. Yep, 1 ball into the middle.
Touch off the block, kill for number 14.
Side out. So the Buckeyes pick up the serve. 2 serving 4. Angel Aja drops back very deep, and he will send it in. Set at the net. Here comes the kill attempt. Long. Hammered home by Laval's Eric Le Breton.
But the official says right there that he saw it, either a touch on the ball or someone in the net.
So Laval catches a break there. It's a side out.
Right.
Laval regains the serve.
Ohio State thought they had it.
As did I. Looked like it was long, but the red and gold will certainly take it. And they pick up a point for their trouble here. 5 serving 2.
I have to hand it to Ohio State. They do use their middle, but right now they've got to make sure that he's getting that ball inbounds. He's so tall, he hits over any blocker. They're going to kind of keep going to him. 3 ball over the net, it should be. And they should run a real fast offense. Oh.
Terrific rally. Laval's final attempt went wide, so it's a side out in favor of Ohio State. We've seen 2 recent unforced errors on the serve. We'll see if the Buckeyes can clean up their act.
Oh.
Excellent play at the net by Ohio State.
Well, it was, as he dug it up, the ball went so quickly back over the net that Laval wasn't ready for it.
Point for the Buckeyes. 3 serving 5. Bill Kerwich sends it in. Laval for the kill. And it's long. Another point for the Buckeyes. Ohio State gaining momentum. 4 serves 5. Banged home by Laval's Dominique Lavoie. Off the set by Gabriel Jaguer. He did a great job.
Right here he goes strong outside. Dominique has done an excellent job. I think I would keep using him. And I'm surprised he went cross court on that particular, with the middle blocker he's got up right now.
5 serving 4. A carry at the net by Laval, so it's a side out.
Take a look at the setter's hands. Brought that down a little bit too low. That was a difficult ball because it was so tight to the net. And he knew he had a blocker right there.
A nifty drop shot at the net. Laval's Maxime Larivé pokes it home.
That was just a matter of timing. Ohio State could have actually picked that up. It was timed perfectly by Laval.
Ohio State doesn't like the call. The deflection went long.
Well, what they called was the hitter in the net, and Ohio State didn't like that because they thought the ball went so hard off the blocker's hands that it was out, but the hitter doesn't have that right to follow through into the net.
So Laval will serve. 6 serving 4 here in game 3. And the serve is too long. Laval's Dominique Lavoie sent it too far, so the Buckeyes regain the serve. Jeff Katurba had some problems serving earlier. 4 serve 6 here. He takes the safe route over the net.
Here's a look. Take a look. The official's calling that it was a nice one-handed set. But the official is calling a net violation on LAVAL.
So it's a point for Ohio State. 5 serving 6. Katurba serves again. Set for Laval and poked home beautifully by Maxime Larive. He found the hole in the defense.
He took advantage right there. You're going to see beautiful set, and knew he probably only had one blocker at that point and tried to take advantage of the line.
Banged home by Ohio State at the net. No chance for Laval to score. The Buckeyes regain the serve. Side out. Back deep to serve for Ohio State, Jose Pereira. Five serving 6, and here it comes.
Oh.
Another unforced error by Ohio State on the serve.
And they usually need Jose Pereira. When he's in the back row, he does such a great job defensively. Plus, he's such a strong server. He changes the momentum of the game.
Laval picks up a point to increase that lead. It's 7 serving 5 now in game 3.
Eric Laberton.
Maxime Larive serving. A knuckler over the net. Outstanding block by Laval.
And those blockers liked it too. They came down and knew that they had placed that ball right back in their face. Big hands. They were able to jam it back down. Great play.
Laval is playing inspired here. Larive drops it over the net on his serve.
A little bit of a backslide by Ohio State. And that's what they've got to do.
Now the Buckeyes need to put some points on the board. Laval has opened up an 8-5 lead here in game 3. The Buckeyes won the first 2 games of this match. Set for Laval. Larive bangs it. And it'll be a side out. Laval gets the call. Got a piece of a Buckeye player.
Ohio State doesn't like that call.
8 serving 5. Laval keeps it alive. Kill attempt. Dug out by Ohio State.
Here, I got it.
That was
blocked by Laval. Goes wide, so it's a side out.
Outstanding digs by both teams right there, number 9. If you'll notice right here, here's where he puts it away. But just previous to that, there were some outstanding digs. Kept it alive. Great rally by both teams.
Excellent block by the Buckeyes at the net. Laval trying to kill again. Dug out beautifully by Ohio State. And Laval, with some stick-to-itiveness, picks up the point.
Right. Big block. They've got to cover. Cover your blockers.
A side out, I should say. 8 serving 5.
Oh, that's going to be a net violation. The ball was a little too tight to the net.
Another point for Laval, so it's 9 serving 5. Bruno Pelletier set to serve, but first a timeout called by Ohio State's head coach, Pete Hansen. There's a look at the Laval bench. The red and gold have played inspired volleyball here in game 3, Mary. They've really come back very strong.
You know, it'll be interesting to see as far as conditioning. Knowing that they're, probably mid-season or latter part of their season for LAVAL, and that this is preseason right now for Ohio State, and there is a conditioning. I mean, after a while, when you jump, 200 times in a match, that's a lot, and it does. It takes a wear on your body, both mentally and physically, and I'm wondering if that's going to play an effect on Ohio State.
Ohio State head coach Pete Hansen with the red sweater, squatting down in front of his troops, counseling his team. He would like to see the Buckeyes come back and finish off Laval in 3 consecutive games. Just to recap the scoring from earlier tonight, Game 1 went to Ohio State in come-from-behind fashion, 15-9. And in Game 2, the Buckeyes held on for a 15-12 win. It's a previous point from earlier in this game 3.
It's going to be a free ball over the net right now, and Ohio State's going to put it away. Big middle hit.
That's Ohio State's Colin McMillan, number 14, the tallest player on the court, listed at 6'11". The play back in, Laval serving. And a bang from the Buckeyes. Jeff Katurba goes wide. The point to Laval.
Jeff was thinking about cutting that ball, and he had the right idea. Unfortunately, just a little bit too, not enough upper body swing.
Another point for Laval. Now 11, serving 5. The red and gold have come storming back. They are in very good shape to take game 3.
Substitution for Ohio State, number 2, Greg Lehman.
Substitution for Ohio State, Greg Lehman, who returns. He replaces Jose Pereira. Serving for Laval, Bruno Pelletier.
I think Greg's in there for passing right now. Get that ball up to the target. I wouldn't be surprised to see them put back in Pereira.
Laval, substitution. Michel Antagna replacing Bruno Pelletier. Ohio State a chance to score. 5 serving 11. And Laval just will not allow the Buckeyes to get up off the mat.
No, they're doing an outstanding job right now. And the Buckeyes look like they're, you know, if you look at the look on their faces, they look like they're getting a little bit tired.
An ace for Gabriel Giguère. Everything is going Laval's way here in game 3. And we have a yellow card being issued to Ohio State.
To Jeff Katurba. He was arguing with the official. He clearly felt that that ball was out of bounds. And that was his argument. So number 5, you know, went over, and unfortunately he got the card.
So Jeff is flagged for the yellow card for arguing that call.
Right, and the coach, you know, did the right thing. It's early in the season. Take him out. He's got to learn not to talk back to the officials.
Laval is really on a roll. The Buckeyes starting to come apart at the seams here in game 3. Another point for Laval. 13 serving 5.
They've really been on a roll. Great block right here. Puts it back. And it looks like all of a sudden Ohio State's moving in a little bit slower motion.
Ohio State's Greg Lehman drops that one in. The Buckeyes will regain the serve. Substitution for Ohio State, Dave Homan from Pittsburgh, New York, replaces big Colin McMillan. He'll grab a seat. And Homan, wearing number 1, will serve it for Ohio State.
He's a senior setter, but he must be a back row specialist right now.
Well, so much for that serve. Side out, Laval, 13 serving 5. Kill attempt directly into the net. Greg Lehman couldn't get it over. It is game point for Laval here in game 3. 14 serving 5. The red and gold have come all the way back. Serve too long, so Ohio State will regain the serve, but they have a long way to go here in game 3. 5 serving 14.
Right now, I think there's been 9 unanswered points by LAVAL.
Excellent dig by Laval.
Big block right there, nicely dug up.
The Buckeyes with another block at the net, but it goes wide to the near side.
Right there, triple block up, nice dig. That's the way they've got to keep it alive, play off the block.
Again, game point, an 8-0 scoring run for Laval. Red and gold can't put away Ohio State again. So the Buckeyes have another chance to climb back into this game 3. 5 serving 14. Ohio State puts it in play right to left. LAVAL looking for the side out. And the red and gold get it. So another chance at game point. Third time LAVAL has had a chance to put Ohio State away here in game 3.
Big kill by Maxime Larvier. Here he goes back to serve. An overbump. And there's the block.
The block at the goal by LAVAL and Eric Le Breton, number 12. So LAVAL takes game 3, 15-5. And just when you thought Ohio State would put away LAVAL, the red and gold come storming back. We will go to a game 4 right after this on Time Warner Cable Sports.
My mind yet. What are you going to take?
Algebra.
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 If no one's explained how algebra, geometry, and calculus can improve your future, demand that you be told. Call NACME. We'll tell you.
Welcome back to Cicero North Syracuse High School. We are getting set for Game 4 in our match tonight. And as we take a look at the match score to this point, Mary, just when you thought Ohio State would put away LAVAL, the red and gold came back to win Game 3. Here's a look at the numbers from that third game.
Well, once again, LAVAL has had more aces than Ohio. As far as kills, I'm surprised LAVAL only had 10 kills to Ohio State's 11. There's where the block was really, really important.
And LAVAL will serve right to left here in Game 4. The Buckeyes playing with a lot more aggression and perhaps a little shoulder pain on that kill for Ohio State's Rene Esteves. He went right to that shoulder after making that kill.
Right. You know, and it's real common early season for middle hitters to get sore shoulders, especially if they didn't do great preseason training. And I think he's been playing probably year-round being a Puerto Rican native.
Ohio State a chance to score to open up Game 4. Buckeyes keep it alive beautifully along that back row. And there's a kill for Ohio State's Jeff Katurba.
Oh, that was a great dig. Like, he had covered that line so nicely.
A service error during the replay on Ohio State's part, which means a side out and a serve for LAVAL.
Quick middle, and that's going to be called a lift. His hand was wide open. He took that from his shoulder height and up, so clearly it was a good call.
The point for LAVAL. 1-1 here in Game 4.
That's going to be a bad serve. He barely tossed that ball.
Well shy of the net. Back deep to serve for Ohio State. Rene Esteves gets it over. LAVAL keeps it alive. Block attempt at the net and a quick whistle.
Right,
Ohio State does the job.
That ball was clearly hit the net. You know, an interesting thing that I've noticed throughout the night, here you can see hits it into the net. But if you watch both teams serving, the Canadian team they toss and hit with the same hand, and that's interesting to me, whereas, you know, Ohio State does it a more traditional way. I don't know if it's because it's Canadian or...
The Buckeyes are out to a 3-1 lead here in Game 4. It's a side out, though. Now LAVAL will serve.
Net violation by Ohio State.
One serving three. Set at the net, and there's the kill. Ohio State's big Colin McMillan pokes it home, and the Buckeyes regain the serve after the side out.
It'll be interesting to see how much they use Colin right now. I think he was their go-to player in Game 1 and 2 when they got down a little bit.
He's been spectacular around the net.
Oh, outstanding. There's another block by him.
He taps it alive there. And Ohio State going for the kill. Sends it wide.
Side out Laval.
Laval will regain the serve, dropping back to put it in play. Dominique Lavoie. Long serve. Terrific kill at the net by Laval.
Oh, that was an outstanding kill by Laval. But it was an outstanding set. I mean, the middle blocker didn't know quite where he couldn't get up there in time.
Gabriel Giguère, number 7 for Laval, has been assisting his teammates all night long. And the red and gold pick up another point to make it 3-3 here in game 4. Lavoie didn't like the set, so he'll serve it again.
He wasn't comfortable with that toss. He wants to make sure it's right there. And a great toss that time. Outstanding serve.
Point for Laval. The block from Eric Le Breton.
Laval leads 4-3.
Le Breton, one of the taller players for Laval at 6'4". Little misdirection at the net. Colin McMillan changing things up. Taps it home for the side out.
Yeah, he went a little bit of off speed, kind of just punched it up and over. And when you can get the height that he can get, but maybe the sets haven't been, you know, high enough for someone his height.
Laval bangs it home for the quick side out. Patrick Dion.
That was great hesitation. He waited till that ball crossed the plane of the net and then he put it away. And the setter's a back row player, so he couldn't block it.
Took advantage of that ball staying up for a long time to nail it.
That's experience.
Cross-court kill for number 10, Jose Padilla. Side out.
Kill for Ohio State. Jose Pereira. So the Buckeyes regain the serve. 3 serving 4. Colin McMillan puts it in play. Excellent block at the net by the Buckeyes. Give them the point. We are tied again, 4-4.
Real nice block by Renee Esteves.
McMillan getting set to serve. Quick whistle. Brief stoppage in play, and now we are ready. Colin McMillan, too short. Laval will regain the serve. Maxime Larive, one of the leaders of this Laval team, with a jump serve. 4-4 in game 3.
Big block right there. Ohio State's going to need to get this next point.
Pounded home by Laval's Eric Le Breton.
That was an outstanding arm swing by him. He had so much time, great hang time, great hesitation. Blocker actually dropped and then he swung.
A lot of strength behind that. 5 serving 4.
A little bit of off-speed serve.
Ohio State regains the serve. Good job by the Buckeyes' Jose Pereira. One of the 3 Puerto Rican players on this Ohio State team. Pereira, along with Renee Esteves from San Juan, and Angel Aja from Guaynabo.
Boy, Eric Le Breton is suddenly coming alive. He placed that ball right into the blocker's hand and tooled it off the block. Swung his arm around.
The serve for Laval. Ohio State tried some fancy stuff at the net with that drop over, and it didn't go their way.
He was trying to set or tip. He must be a front row player right now, and he thought, just let me get it back over the net. And I'll tell you, Laval read that ball really, really well.
Dominique Lavoie with the block. 5 serving 4 here in game 4. Buckeyes hoping to win this 4th game, take home the match, but Laval has really battled back strong. Eric Le Breton.
Outstanding set right there.
Number 10, Jose Padilla.
Placed that ball very nicely outside. There wasn't enough time for the middle blocker to get over, and so one blocker unable to put it away. But you're seeing LaVale start to try to take the line away from Ohio State. Great play by them.
4 serving 6. Ohio State picks up the point to make it 5 serving 6.
Point Ohio State, they now trail by 1, 5-6.
Jose Pereira will serve.
Oh, ace finally for Ohio State.
We haven't seen very many of those tonight, have we?
No, we haven't. And as a matter of fact, that may be the first ace for Ohio State this whole match.
6-6. Ohio State tried to block it at the net, deflected wide, side out, Laval serve.
Big hit by Dominique Lavoie, 6'3" hitter.
Laval keeps it alive. Set for Ohio State at the net. Kill attempt, block.
Big block right there, but a nice dig.
Real too long. Jeff Katurba sends it too far. Point for Laval, 7 serving 6.
Point Laval, they take a 1-point lead.
Bruno Pelletier is back serving right now. He's been very sporadic with his serves this whole match, so they really need him to come alive a little bit. Serve aggressive, great block, but a net violation.
The whistle goes against Laval, so to side out. Ohio State will serve. Dropping back deep for the Buckeyes, Rene Esteves. 6 serving 7 in game 4 of the match. It's a best of 5. Ohio State has a 2-game-to-1 lead.
Off the block, number 5, Dominic Lavoie.
Outstanding block right there. Cushioned his hand.
Laval on the serve again. Banged home by Ohio State's Colin McMillan. He is so tough to defend at the net.
He is, because he's so tall that he's hitting up and over everybody else. He's hitting over the middle blocker, so he's very hard to defend. But, you know, for a few points there, the setter couldn't get the ball to him at the height that he needed.
A smash by Maxime Larive.
Number 1, Maxime Larive. Side out the ball.
Look at that, went right down the line.
Nothing Angel Aja could do on the defensive end. Laval,
And that's,
service error.
that's a smart move to go to Aja, because he's their primary setter right now. And if you can take him out of the play, then it's, you know, you don't know who's going to be your quarterback.
Bill Kurwich serving for Ohio State. A whistle. And looks like the call will go against Laval. Net violation.
Right, that looked like a scramble. It may well turn out to be a play over, because both teams seem to be in the net. So it'll be interesting to see how he makes this call.
And players from both teams are speaking with our official on the near side to try to see what the call will be. The discussion continues as we reset the score. Game 4. It is a point for Ohio State, 7-7. Whipped home by Laval's Eric Le Breton. He's really come alive as this match has continued.
And they've needed him to come alive. You know, he seems to be a real leader on the team. He's got a great vertical jump. Strong outside hitter, and they've got to use him.
Playing with a lot of emotion tonight. That smash by Ohio State can't be defended by Laval. So it's a very quick side out.
Right, Bruno Pelletier got stuck in the net and couldn't quite pull himself out in time.
Colin McMillan to serve. 7-7 here in game 4. Buckeyes tried to block at the net.
Well, right now when you've got Colin in the back row, again, they're going to start to use their middles as well they should.
Laval serving again. 7-7. Set at the net and an overhand smash. That time,
Jose
Pereira.
Jose Pereira gets the job done. Side out. Ohio State regains the serve. Jeff Katurba will put it in play. Call that an ace.
Oh, that was a beautiful ace. And, you know, as a coach, and I'm sure the other players on the team, when you see a player duck, you just don't do that at this level. That's an unusual move to see. He must have thought that was out.
I was somewhat stunned myself. 8 serving 7. Buckeyes back in the lead.
Trying to go a little off speed to see what they can do.
Blocked by the Buckeyes at the net, kept alive by Laval. A set for Ohio State. Blocked by Laval, but it's wide. Point for Ohio State.
Boy, that looked like in that pass block, Ohio State, the setter took the ball in the head. He was up so high.
Timeout called by Laval head coach Pascal Clément, with the Buckeyes leading by 2 in Game 4, 9-7. There's a look at the Laval Brain Trust. On the left, it's head coach Pascal Clément. And to his left, assistant coach Eric Bergeron. Laval University, located in Quebec City, will come back after the timeout to rejoin Game 4 with the Buckeyes trying to close out Laval. Ohio State has a 2-1 lead here on Time Warner Cable Sports.
I could never have asked for more. I could not have had a better child. He gave me all the love and all the joy a parent ever hopes to get from a child. I want people to remember my daughter's face. I want them to remember her name. How many more Elizabeths will be killed before this senseless slaughter stops? Why do we keep killing our children? There is no physical pain that compares to the pain of losing a child. Do whatever it takes.
Back at Cicero North Syracuse High School in beautiful Cicero, New York. Along with Mary Oliver, I'm Ted DeLuca, and we have seen quite a match in this preview to the Final Four tournament at CNS this weekend. The Ohio State Buckeyes won Games 1 and 2, 15-9 and 15-12. And in Game 3, Laval out of Quebec City came storming back to win 15-5. And here in Game 4, with their backs to the wall, the Laval Red and Gold are playing well again. Ohio State will serve. It's 9 serving 7. The Buckeyes trying to put away a very stingy opponent, Mary.
That was a nice setter tip right there, and I don't think he had that much. I think Ohio State should have read it maybe a little bit better. That ball was real tight to the net. He didn't know what he was going to do with it. None of the hitters were ready. Good play.
Side out, Laval serving. Now a chance to score. The
great
block.
Dig and great block. Right now it's going to be a tight play. And Laval comes away with it. That was an outstanding hit by Dominic Lavoie.
He pounded it home.
Oh, he did. That was one of the best volleys of the game, I thought. You know, both teams dug it up and kept playing defense.
And a block for Laval to net to tie things up at 9. So a timeout worked. Pascal Clément called a timeout, and his team has quickly put up 2 points on the board to make it a 9-9 game. Le Breton serving. Ohio State setting.
Oh, that ball would have been out of bounds. Great play. Way to hustle to get that ball by Laval.
They keep it alive, and there's the overhand smash on the kill. Jose Pereira.
Side out Ohio State.
Look at that arm swing. Great smash by him. Great vertical jump. And they need him right now. In that last game, in the third game, he was not quite as involved, and they need Jose Pereira right now in order to win this game. He's back serving right now.
The Buckeyes looking to score. It's 9 serving 9. Jump serve by Pereira. He digs it out beautifully. Ohio State keeps it alive. Chance for Laval to drill it home. Ohio State saves it. Excellent volley here. And Laval.
They liked that call. They thought it was net penetration, and clearly it was. That setter hadn't even touched the ball. It hit across the plane of the net. And Ohio State, with their great leaping ability, was up and over.
Coming in for
Laval gains the side out. David Bedard returns for Bruno Pelletier. That's been a frequent substitution we've seen tonight. Bedard coming in for Pelletier, and now Bedard serves.
Clearly, I think he's a little stronger defensively, and that seems to help. Also, it gives Bruno a little bit of a chance to take a break.
It's a service error, so Ohio State has a chance to score at 9-9. Quickly, a side out in favor of Laval.
Side out Laval.
On that particular play, the official called a net violation, which I didn't see.
Gabriel Giguère hammers it into the net.
He has done, Gabriel Giguère has done such an outstanding job setting.
Angel Aja serving for Ohio State at 9-9. The block by the Buckeyes, and big Colin McMillan back in the front row making a difference.
Oh. And I think right now, I'm sure LaVale knows that they've got Colin up there. It'll be interesting to see. They're not going to do much cross court. They may take advantage of going down the line, and you're not going to see middle hits very often.
The Buckeyes had momentum for a split second until Maxime Larive drove that one home.
It'll be interesting. I'm surprised he even tried that cross court. He must have known that McMillan couldn't get over there, or that McMillan was late.
9 serving 10. There he is, Colin McMillan.
Skill out of the middle for number 14, Colin McMillan.
A side out, so it's an Ohio State serve. 10 serving 9.
A little bit of off speed.
And a carry on the part of Ohio State. Jeff Katurba had a chance to kill it, but he decided to try something fancy, and it didn't fool Laval.
No, it really didn't. It was below the height. He carried that up. The ball didn't leave his hands as cleanly as what it needed to.
Laval serving, 9 serving 10. The set and the kill for Ohio State's Colin McMillan.
And they're going to use him right now. He's going into the back row, but that's what they seem to get most of their points when he's a front row player.
He serves, 10 serving 9. Laval looking for the side out. Excellent diving dig by McMillan. Laval tries to keep it alive.
And they do.
That was amazing. Ohio State bangs it home. Jose Pereira, 11 serving 9. The Buckeyes can smell victory.
Yeah, but they're going to have to fight for it point at a time. This LaVale team will not lay down and die.
Coming in for the Buckeyes, number 13, David Peru.
Substitution for Ohio State.
Excuse me, that's number 13.
Ross McLean, number 13, checks in, replacing Colin McMillan.
Big kill by Eric LeBreton.
And that was in. Laval gets the call. Side out. The red and gold to serve. 9 serving 11. Swing and a miss at the net by Renee Esteves.
Just a little bit of a miscue, either miscommunication by the setter and the hitter.
Jump serve as Laval gained the point. And a wicked kill.
And I think that was the exact same play they wanted to run last time. Because this is preseason, I think Ohio State's saying, well, let's try it again. And what a great idea.
This time, Renee Esteves didn't fan. Side out. 11 serving 10.
They're an outstanding coach team to go back and try the same thing again until they do it right. And then maybe they'll turn things around.
Once again, Eric Le Breton comes up with a huge kill for Laval. Pick up the side out. 10 serving 11 here in game 4. Overhand smash is too far. That time, Jeff Katurba tried to drill it home, but it's a Laval point, 11-11. And a service error for Eric Le Breton. Side out, Ohio State will serve. Jose Pereira will put it in play. Pascal Clément, his assistant, Eric Bergeron.
Great serve right there.
Another side out for Laval. Here's a look at Ohio State head coach Pete Hansen.
Coming in for Laval, number 10, Frederick.
Boy, that's unfortunate for Ohio State, because that tends to be when they have Pereira serving and they've got Colin McMillan in the front row, that tends to be when they score most of their points.
Block at the net by Laval.
Powered in through the block, number 9, Phil Kerwin.
But a net violation, so it's going to be
Colin McMillan comes in.
side out.
13, Ross McLean.
11 serving 11.
Back row kill.
Outstanding hit by Eric Le Breton.
Side out Laval.
Another side out in favor of Laval. And this game 4 continues to swing back and forth. 11 serving 11. Jump serve for Laval. Too long. Side out. Ohio State with a chance to score now. Buckeyes will send Angel Aja back to serve. 11-11. Ohio State with the dig, keeping it alive. Block at the net. Did it go wide? Yes. Point for the Buckeyes.
Beautiful set by Angel Aja. He placed that ball really, really nice to his outside hitter, so the hitter was able to push that ball into the blocker's hand.
12 serving 11. This time, Laval smacks it home. Maxime Larive on the near side for a side out.
Now, let's take a look at that. They need this Maxime to really, really start to do. They need him as a player up there, and he has not been as active as he needs to be.
Laval can't capitalize. A service error immediately. So Ohio State goes back on the offensive.
I'd go right back out to Maxime Larive.
Well, to the same spot, but it's Le Breton once again who drives it home for Laval.
Substitution for Laval, number 2.
Laval's substitution, Patrick Dion, returns, and he replaces Frédéric Lavoie, the brother of Dominique Lavoie. 11 serving 12. Block at the net. Ohio State keeps it alive. McMillan denied.
But he tools that right off the blocker's hand.
Jose Pereira with the kill. The deflection off the hand of the Laval blocker at the net.
Oh, and an ace for Ohio State. That's their second ace this match.
Ohio State gains the ace during that replay. And we have a timeout. We'll see the ace we missed a moment ago while we were in the replay. Again, it's Colin McMillan, Mary.
Real nice floater serve. Just very tough to read, and the setter couldn't get over to that second ball.
3 aces for the Buckeyes in this 4th game, and none so far for Laval, with the timeout called by Laval head coach Pascal Clément.
If you're looking for some
Ohio State
this game.
with 3 aces in this 4th game. Didn't have a single ace up until this game 4. So the Buckeyes have really turned on the serving power here in the 4th game tonight. After the timeout, players return to the court. And again, Colin McMillan will put it in play. 13 serving 11.
Good serve. Very well. I know as a coach, I always tell my players, if they call a timeout during your serve, get that next serve in. Even if I call it the rainbow serve, just get it in.
So Laval reclaims the serve after the side out. Block at the net, deflected long. So it's a side out in favor of Ohio State. The Buckeyes can score again.
Jose Pereira was really on top of that ball and able to push that right onto the blocker's hand.
Jeff Katurba.
Back row attack.
Side out for Laval. Back and forth we go here in game 4. Le Breton will serve. 11 serving 13. Set at the net. Kill attempt. Whacked home by Ohio State, and they'll regain the serve. Jose Pereira.
We'll go back to serve for Ohio State.
Pereira will serve. 13 serving 11. We are a point away from match point.
Oh, that's a free ball. Ohio State should be able to put this one. Great block. Dominic Lavoie, he read that ball extremely well. Ohio State should have been able to put that ball away.
And that was clutch for Laval.
Truly it was.
Keeps the red and gold alive here in game 4. 11 serving 13. And some misdirection by Ohio State at the net. Perfect timing for that at this stage of the match, and Ohio State quickly regains the serve.
You look, Angel Aja thought time to change the momentum, and he just put that ball back away. His front row player, he knew he couldn't be called for attacking, so why not?
Nifty dig by Ohio State. The kill. And the call goes in favor of Ohio State. Match point upcoming. 14 serving 11. Back deep to serve, Renee Esteves. Ohio State with the block, the game, and the match. Ohio State takes game 4, 15-11. The Buckeyes defeat Laval University from Quebec City 3 games to 1. Mary, that was a heck of a match.
Oh, that was an outstanding match. And, you know, I can't take anything away from either team, especially Laval. I thought they had phenomenal athletes. I thought they played a good game. I think, if anything, probably Ohio State maybe had a little bit more height. And, you know, you can't do, if you've got the athleticism, if they're equal athleticism and you've got a little bit more height, I think sometimes height will win out.
Laval made it interesting down the stretch, but the Ohio State Buckeyes prevail. The game 4 final, 15-11. Ohio State wins the match 3 games to 1. We'll come back after this timeout. We will rejoin you from Cicero North Syracuse High School to put a wrap on this one. The Ohio State Buckeyes knock off